Hi. I saw some news this week and I have quite a few thoughts, so if you aren't interested, feel free to use the timecodes and skip ahead. There are many different vendors in this hobby, but usually for major group buys, designers tend to go to the larger vendors since it provides more credibility and trustworthiness for the sale. If there happens to be an issue with the group buy, customers would have a point of contact to get their problems resolved or be able to receive a refund from an established company. This allows designers to just focus on the design work while the logistics and customer service work is supposed to be handled by the vendors. In an ideal world, this is supposed to be the case, though based on the tone, I'm sure you know where this is going. Recently, there was another post that was created about MyKeyboard, but unlike some of the other posts which were more about a user's personal situation, this one summed up the state of affairs at MyKeyboard, and it does not look good for those who have joined in on their group buys. Customers have not been receiving their products or refunds, and there has also been a lack of communication, leading to frustration and uncertainty. What's the most shocking to me is the fact that apparently, MyKeyboard has been failing to pay invoices for group buys that have already ended a long time ago, which is extremely worrying because if invoices aren't paid, then what are they doing with the money? Furthermore, it also means that of course the manufacturers won't start producing the keycaps, so it really puts into question whether the customers will even receive the product that they paid for. According to some comments in the thread, David, the CEO of MyKeyboard, has been having some personal issues, which makes him not want to work on stuff, but honestly, that's a terrible excuse. Even if you feel like you aren't able to work on stuff because of personal issues, you still have an obligation to fulfill these orders, so this excuse just doesn't work. You have accepted people's money, so as a result you must deliver. If you feel like you aren't able to work on this stuff yourself, you should either find help or hire people to make sure that it gets done, and at least do the bare minimum of letting your customers know about the situation so they aren't just stumbling around in the dark. The problems don't just end there though, and if you scroll down a bit further in the thread, you'll realize that even the designers that have worked with them have had issues. These designers chose to work with a vendor despite knowing that the vendor will take a large cut of the profits because they wanted to be able to share the work involved in the manufacturing as well as hand off the customer service support to the vendor. However, it seems like MyKeyboard isn't even able to do that, so what is the point for designers to even go to them to run group buys? Clearly, they are incapable of even doing the bare minimum of customer service and fulfilling orders, much less provide the necessary support to designers to ensure the success of a group buy. Now, there are good EU vendors in the hobby, with Eloquent Clicks and Oblotsky Industries being two names that were often cited in the thread, so it's not like the EU region is completely doomed. However, I do think that this just emphasizes how poorly run a lot of these vendors are, and how there is a need for companies in this hobby to grow up and be more professional. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Anyways, without further ado, SLK Dessau really reminds me of the Rama K keycaps due to the more rounded keycap profile, though maybe you'll actually be able to get your keycaps in a timely manner since Canon Keys is the lead vendor for this project. Man, that was a mistake for me to join, and I probably shouldn't have put so much faith in Rama, but honestly, they were originally a trusted name in the hobby that delivered quality products, so I honestly did not see this coming. There will be 2 color options available with several kits to offer good compatibility. Since this is a brand new project and keycap profile, I think that it's smart to keep the group buy simple at first, and if it turns out to be a big success, maybe the SLK profile will expand and new color options could be introduced in the future. The legends are clean and simple, and I think that the alignments on the mods also look quite good. I usually don't like centered alphas or all caps modifiers, but I think that they fit for this set and gives it a clean look. There are a few highlight keys included in the base kit as well as the compact kits, but no novelties kit. That being said, I don't think that novelties would be necessary since the set doesn't really have a theme, so it's better to just not have any novelties rather than trying to spin something up that might not fit. Overall, I am looking forward to this project and I'm curious to see how well it will do. At $99, it's not the cheapest base kit, though it is still better than most GMK sets. I'm currently on the fence on whether I should join in on the group by myself, because I don't really need any more white on black or grayscale sets, but if you want to try something new and you like the aesthetics of a rounder profile, do check out SLK Dessau. The Think6.5 is back yet again for round 3. This keyboard is from Gray Studios, the creators of the famous Space 65. The Think6.5 V3 is quite different from its previous iterations, and I think it features a more refined style. While the weight isn't as unique or crazy as the V2 weight, I think it still looks very nice and premium. One thing that the V3 definitely has over the V1 and V2 is the side profile. It's a very sleek and clean looking design and definitely looks better than the more simplistic side profile featured in the previous versions. The case has also been revised so that it now features a screwless case design, so you won't be seeing any screws on the bottom. Like all Gray Studio keyboards, there will be a large number of different color options, so hopefully you'll be able to find a theme that you like, and all this comes at a price of $385. It's not cheap by any means, and it won't be winning budget board of the year, but I think pricing is pretty fair for what you are paying for. Once again, Gray Studios has knocked it out of the park and created a very good looking keyboard, though I am quite worried about whether this keyboard will also have shorting issues. Historically, the problem child has mainly been the Space 65, and if you search on Reddit or their Discord, you'll see plenty of stories from customers that have dead LEDs or PCBs due to ESD. I haven't seen many reports or stories about the Think6.5 having ESD issues, but they've definitely developed a reputation as a studio for creating boards that have ESD/shorting issues due to how bad it was for the Space 65. They were supposed to have fixed the issue by introducing various fixes for the PCB and providing ESD sheets, but from what I've seen, the Space 65 R3 still has this issue. This is mainly a bigger problem if you live in a drier environment, since low humidity results in a higher chance of static electricity buildup. It's honestly a pretty big bummer that this board has this issue in the first place, since it's not cheap, and I'm sure that for some of you, this might be a red flag. It would really suck to pay all this money only for your keyboard to die and end up as an expensive paperweight or doorstop. In the product page, they have stated that they included ESD protection on the daughter board and motherboard, though they also said that for the Space 65 R3, and folks are still having issues. As a result, if you do decide on joining in on the Think6.5 V3 group buy, I would highly recommend that you pick up an extra PCB. I think that it's good practice to pick up extra PCBs on all group buys in general, so that you do have a backup just in case. Overall, I think that the Think6.5 V3 is a really cool looking board, though I do have some reservations due to Gray Studio's past issues with ESD. It's definitely possible that they've made some additional changes this round to hopefully protect the board further, but from past history, I don't have much hope that they've managed to resolve this problem. If you're not living in a super dry environment or are willing to overlook that issue though, I do think that the Think6.5 V3 is a really cool looking board at a fair price that you can consider.